Hey folks, Crazy Climber Radio here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 13 in our 20 from 1991 series, and this is a quite literally rail shooter created by Sega in 1991, and this is called Rail Chase, and I say it's quite literally a rail shooter because it takes place on rails. You're in a minecart, and this was the last game on the Sega Y board hardware, which was known for its sprite-scaling and rotation prowess. And other games on that same hardware are Power Drift and G-Lock. And as you can see, yeah, it takes place on rails, and the action rotates around, and the sprites scale moving towards you or moving away from you, as sometimes the action pans behind you if there's an enemy coming up behind you. And as you can see, you have several different scenarios. You're outside. Sometimes I guess there's rails just under the water that you're riding on. It's graphically very impressive for 1991. You are an explorer, and I don't know if this is your wife. You're with, there's a guy named Flint and a woman named Mary, and Flint is player number 1.
Let's get out of here!
And player number 2 is Mary, and you can play 2 players simultaneous play, and you'll both have crosshairs moving about. We're just going to play player 1 right now. That group of guys right there, they have a shield, and they will drop it here and there, and that's when you need to shoot them. And they will be the boss. There will be a boss on each stage, and I believe there's 4 stages. You will need to shoot so many things as you move around quickly. There are a couple things that you can shoot that will help you. One is a life restoration kit, which is a white box with a red cross on it. That will only restore your life just a little teeny bit. Excuse me. And there is really no indication of how much life you have left. But with so many things that can hurt you, your life will deplete very quickly. Don't be embarrassed if you get a game over a lot sooner than you'd like. It's just very, very hard to keep track of all the things that are trying to hurt you at once. Another thing that can help you is the bats make a weird sound when you shoot them. Another thing that can help you is dynamite. There will be crates on occasion that you can shoot, and they will make a large explosion and take out several enemies in the area. Definitely make use of those too. You can also shoot fork in the road signs, and they can change your trajectory. Maybe the alternate path you'll take will be a little bit easier. And for some damn reason, Flint, player number 1, will make a very Fat Albert-like hey, hey, hey sound. I don't know what the hell that's about, but he says that every damn time that you shoot the dynamite box, or a dynamite crate. And there's the boss guy again. Yeah, whenever you are running low on energy, it'll say caution. Don't be embarrassed if that happens. It's so easy to get hit by things. That's why it is really a must to play 2-player simultaneous play. And if you saw the cabinet earlier, you'd see that there is a very roller coaster-like seat for both players to sit on. Yeah, this boss only intermittently throws some sort of a weapon at you. All the other bosses will really lob some sort of projectile at you. So this boss is definitely easier by comparison. When you see them start to make some explosions on themselves, you know, when they start to explode, then the fight is over and you can stop shooting if you choose so. One thing I will say, thankfully, oh my god, stop it. And you'll get some sort of viewpoint of you being shot at by the boss. If you continue, fortunately, you pick up right where you left off. I will pick up where I left off in a minute. This is just what it looks like if you neglect to continue. And you just go back to the title screen. There's no scoring. This game could have been better, but for its graphics or its sprite capabilities, it was top notch. I mean, no joke. Even those stupid biplanes can hurt you. Yeah, there will sometimes be guys that try to jump onto your rail. I recorded this. I had to record this first in MAME and then in Bandicam, so that the size of the file wasn't so huge. Oh my god, stop that. And Bandicam sometimes gets a little glitchy, so I had that a couple times in this video, unfortunately. Yeah, anytime you see those medkits or whatever they are, definitely shoot them. They don't restore your life very much. Yeah, we're in the water. I can't even see where the rails are. Sometimes you're not even riding on rails. And we'll look at that later on. Now we have a very Indiana Jones-esque boulder coming after us. Even though you're non-stop shooting at it with rapid fire, it'll still hit you sometimes, which really sucks. Maybe that won't happen if you have two players simultaneous play, which you really should play this with. The settings, yeah, you have to shoot those doors. The settings in this game are really cool, and it really makes you feel like you're in an Indiana Jones movie. And we're down to low energy again. Yeah, you have to shoot these spiked walls that drop down. And again, you can shoot that fork of the road sign to change your rails directory. Yeah, now the bosses really start to crank up the projectiles. This one shoots cannonballs at you. Yep, and he burns you with flame. You still, even though you put a credit in, you still have to wait for that counter to go down, because it's like waiting for player 2 to join. And you can press the fire button to speed up the counter. Focus mostly on that cannon, so that you can take out the cannonballs right as they appear. Although it's hard to do with your rail moving, or your rail cart moving this way and that real quick. And we've beaten him. And you see a map in between the stages showing where you've gone thus far. Yeah, there'll be danger signs right in your way that you'll need to shoot or you'll take damage. They make a little crunching sound when you shoot them. Those medkits aren't always visible. Note that the rail was breaking up behind me, and it is again. There are some interesting different paths you can take, and we'll look at one of those later on. It's a really weird sound that those bats make when you kill them. Oh, stop it! You're not Fat Albert. Again, player 1's name is Flint, and player 2 is Mary, and they are visiting a South American village called Guaramure or something in search of a stolen treasure, and they're going through these areas to regain the treasure for the indigenous people. And now we've got a enemy vehicle that shoots boulders at you, and if you let the boulders splat on your on the camera, you know, on the player, it kind of looks like a hamburger to me. Excuse me. And you have to shoot the flotsam that's in your way, or you'll take damage. So many things that can deal out damage. And that's the third boss shooting at you and ending your game. Yeah, you don't have any extra lives.
Hey, hey, hey!
Stop that. Fat Albert was a pretty good cartoon, even though we all know about what Bill Cosby ended up doing. It was a very good cartoon. A lot of important life lessons for kids.
Hey, hey, hey!
Now, this game and Fat Albert will be tied to each other in my mind. Yeah, even those hang gliders, the flotsam in the water, these guys, soldiers, just so many targets at once that can damage you. I like how they scream when they go over an edge. Yeah, as you might have figured out, you have no control over where you're going, other than shooting the fork of the road signs to change your rails. Other than that, just hold your finger down on the trigger and shoot. And if you didn't see on the cabinet, this does not have a gun. This is not a light gun game. This has a joystick and a trigger, and you just hold the trigger down for rapid fire and move the cursor around. The audio went off sync just a little bit at this point. And we're down to caution again. Yeah, look out for those boxes of dynamite and shoot them to take out a whole bunch of soldiers. Even though it's going to prompt a really annoying "hey, hey, hey" from player 1, Flint. We'll look at a little bit of two-player action in a little bit. And yeah, again, when you run out of life, you'll see the boss take a crack at you, and then you'll get the continue screen. Excuse me.
Look out! Behind us!
And there is the boss. Now this boss not only shoots a bajillion missiles at you, well, they're not shooting a ton right now, but they will later. But they also have some sort of bomb or something that they toss out of their bottom compartment, and they roll at you and cause damage. Ew, look at all those bugs, yuck. Keep your mouth closed. Excuse me. More med packs to shoot, or medkits. Never heard the term medkits until I played Tomb Raider. And Tomb Raider would not come out for the PlayStation for another 6 years after this game. There's piles of human skulls. Gross. You'll need to shoot those too. You need to shoot pretty much everything that moves in this game. Except for the bugs. The bugs won't hurt you. There's way too many of them. You can just drive right through them. I think I might have seen this once in the arcades, but as I mentioned before, this is the last game on the this is the last game on the Sega Whiteboard hardware, which was known for its sprite-scaling rotation, and Power Drift and G-Lock were a couple other games on that same board. Oh, stop that. That's so weird. Why didn't they give him, like, other sayings if he was going to say something? Not just the Fat Albert quote. Oh, stop it. Bandicam got glitchy again. There's the boss again. And now he's shooting a lot more missiles and dropping bombs that go down the rails after you. And he's got an annoying laugh. The missiles coming at you almost look like boobs. Well, that's where my mind was going anyway. Yeah, I would mostly concentrate on the missiles. You really need a second player to be playing with you on this stage. Have one sweep back and forth and take out those missiles, and have the other shoot those bombs as they drop from the lower section. Excuse me. And we've beaten the final boss, and we're going to see the ending of Rail Chase. There was a sequel to Rail Chase, I think 4 years later in 1995, Rail Chase 2. Maybe we'll look at that someday. And now we reach the end of this village, where we're apparently bringing the treasure, the stolen treasure, back to the people. And they're all celebrating. I would doubt that, what was it called, Guaramure is a real city in South America. Never been to South America. Not really interested in traveling to too many foreign lands. And here is 2 players simultaneous play. Flint on the right on the left with the blue crosshairs, and Mary on the right with the orange crosshairs. And again, just hold down the trigger. Never let go. There's just too many damn targets on the screen at once that you want to take care of. Oh, stop it. Here's a new area that we didn't see before. An alternate path. just so ridiculous. I kind of like this.
Look out! Behind us!
That's Rail Chase by Sega in 1991, and that's game number 13 in our 20 from 1991 series. Pretty impressive for its time. I like when you flip upside down. That's kind of cool, and you can drop off the rails sometimes. Oh, stop it, Bandicam. But at any rate, take it away, Fat Albert.
Hey!
Well, that was Rail Chase by Sega in 1991, game number 13 in our 20 from 1991 series. Well, I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you join me soon for game number 12. Bye-bye, folks.
When